So we begin with the painting now. The color that I'm going to use in this flower is violet. So when we make violet, we have to take more of blue and less of red. It is Prussian blue and crimson red. So more blue and less red. Remember that if you take less blue and more red, it will become purple, not violet. So violet is the darker purple. So like this one is, I want to make it really okay. So we first begin with I always take a lot of water in my brush and will very carefully, don't forget to save this central part first, and just fill this. And why my brush works so smoothly is not that the brush is really good, but because I use a lot of water. I keep dipping my brush in water so that there is no problem while painting. So you see, it's like oiling of doors so that they move smoothly. Similarly, if you don't have enough water on your brush, first of all, there will be more marks, and secondly, it will not be easy for you to move your brush. You see? And it has to be transparent. You can see the paper through. That is very important. Don't make it thick. And of course, watch the video. Don't paint from the picture. You won't understand a thing. Then later on, you may say, why I didn't understand, or why can't I make on my own? Because you have to be very careful how I'm painting. Just focus on how I use the brush, how much water I take. So this one is even more transparent, but in this case I'm adding a little extra red to it because I want to make it look a little more reddish. But in this one, that you have to keep the center part intact, and then just paint it. So I don't have to keep taking the color because I've already taken enough water and color on my brush. More water and less color. I may paint little faster because I don't want it to dry before I finish, otherwise there will be patches. But you all take your time. Don't be in a hurry to finish like me, and that is possible if you are generous with the use of water, and of course that transparency should be there. You see, you can still see the paper behind, so nothing very thick. So I have to wait for it to dry. I can't work on it right now. So what I'll do is, in the meanwhile, I'll do the leaves, and that too the leaves which are so what I've taken is yellow. My yellow is mixed with some other color, so it's showing a different shade, but it is actually lemon yellow. And then take little yellow and then little green. Because the water is enough, they mix really well. If I don't take water, they won't mix. Similarly, all the other leaves. Now I'm not going to mix yellow in all of them, only in few. because leaves are of different color. Focus on how I'm using my brush, not what is being made. Because if you are paying too much of attention on what will be the final result, you will miss out on the process. I'm just taking green now. At these two places I'll be careful because it is still wet. For you, I'll advise not to start unless it is dry, because initially you may not be able to control it. So please take your time. You can even dry it using a hair dryer if you are in a hurry, because the weather is changing. It takes longer. And I'll be making short videos because the place where I am, the net is slow, so it is difficult for me to upload longer videos. See, what I do is I leave little white area so that they don't mix up the purple and the green. But take my suggestion, don't begin unless it is dry. It won't take that much time. If you are itching to paint more, what I'll suggest is you keep watching the painting again and again and wait for it to dry and then begin, because the more you watch it, the better you will make it. Because learning is not always about how much you practice, it's also about how much you see others painting. Both are involved. Okay, and of course for these lines, use a thinner brush. I am used to painting with a thick brush as well, because you see how I keep my brush. I'm absolutely holding it vertically. You see, I don't put my brush like this when I'm making anything which is like a stem. Okay, I had forgotten to do the bud. So I'll come back with the next video once it is dry, because I don't want to mess it up, and I'll be sharing that tomorrow, because it has always happened that people are in so much of hurry to paint that they watch all the videos and they just look at the picture in the end and paint from it, but that is simply copying. That is not understanding the techniques. Okay, so I hope it will be easy for you to follow this tutorial. It is absolutely simple painting. Only two things that you need to remember: take lot of water, and yes, I always tell that if your water gets dirty, please change it.